All right, welcome back to another video. Unfortunately, yesterday I forgot to upload the lunchtime video, so I believe there's only a evening video, but the lunchtime video was just trying to set up the lab anyway, so I don't think there was anything super important in that. The video that would have been worse to lose was definitely the answer key video, but that was the after work video, so that is up there. And so we didn't get all the way through that in the last video. Here's the notes. So this new video is going to be number 5 in the topic, but that is okay. I have dedicated this many videos to other topics before. So what I ended up doing in the last video is giving myself a grade. And it wasn't a passing grade, it was a failing grade, but this is a pre-test, so I'm not necessarily at this point going to be passing or failing. That is going to happen when I take the test in September and fly out to Sunnyvale, California, and wear a mask. So let's see here. Okay, so let's continue to grade this. It shouldn't take too long. I already remember what I did wrong. I thought that the policy needed to go on router 3, but in actuality, if you want to make a level, because now let's review here. The reason we're adding a policy is because routes can flow freely from router 1 to router 2. From level 1 to level 2. And we can see that is obviously the case, because if we go on router 1, we're going to have all of the loopback addresses in level 2. Learned through ISIS, so we've got loopback addresses for every router in the topology, except for, of course, this one, because it's going to be a direct route. Learned through ISIS, and we've got 2 of them learned through metric 20, and 2 of them through metric 10. The ones metric 10 are in level 2, as this one is, but the ones that moved from level 1 to level 2 have an extra value of 10 added to the metric. So they are metric 20. That's quite a bit different from how it looks in level 1, because by default in ISIS, routes cannot flow from level 2 to level 1. They only flow from level 1 to level 2. But you still have reachability. If I were to ping 192.168.0.3, which would be the address for router 1, you can see I can ping it. Well, that's strange. Why can I ping that? It's because I don't learn specific routes, but I do learn a default route without any extra configuration. But if I do want specific routes, which can be necessary if you want more control over the path that the traffic takes, say you have a backup link and you want all the traffic to go over to the primary link, or some sort of requirements where the traffic has to go down a certain path, then you would need to leak the specific routes into area level 1 so that you do have that fine routing information instead of this more general statement where if you don't have a route in your table. So right now I can ping 8.8.8.8. I won't get it anywhere, but I will get destination net unreachable. Whereas if I didn't have this, I would get something quite a bit different. Let's do deactivate ISIS. Protocol ISS. Commit and quit. Okay, and now let's ping 8.8.8 again. No route to host is what I get because sure enough, show route 8.8.8.8 gives me nothing. But if I were to roll back my previous configuration and do another ping to 8.8.8.8, now I've just got, I got no route to host still because I did not learn that route yet, but hopefully I will get that advertisement soon. Nope, so I didn't get, I've got a few ISIS routes back, but I don't have okay, now it just took a while to populate. I had been noticing that certain adjacencies come up faster than certain other adjacencies. I don't know why that is the case, but it is interesting to me. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's that important to look into too deeply. But now you can see that it has the route, destination, net unreachable. It does have the route. It does know how to move it out. But beyond that, the network is unreachable. So, yep, and then if I do, of course, I mean, we already saw, but just to make it extra super clear, show route 8.8.8.8 pulls up the default route learned through ISIS. But that's not what we want. We want more specific routes to those loopbacks. So let's do that by configuring the leaking policies on router 1 and router 2. Okay, and of course it's router 3 in their topology, router 1 in mine, but everything else is going to be the same. So edit policy options, policy statements, leak to L1. Okay, so now that we've got the policy, let's take a look at it more clearly. Yep, so everything matches what was here. We've got the or longer, and remember from the last video, that applies to the networking portion of the address. So if it's /32, as it will be for the loopback addresses, this will certainly match that. But of course, only if it's from protocol ISIS and only if it's level 2. These are level 2. So it'll just make them level 1, and then we'll send them across the level 2 adjacency. Yeah, so it's kind of unintuitive to me the way it's able to send it across the level 2 adjacency. So I would like to do a Wireshark capture on the level 2 adjacency here and see how this configuration changes the traffic patterns. So let's do that. Oops, and but unfortunately it's not. Did I hit cancel or something? Oh, okay, it's already capturing on the link. I don't see. Yeah, it's not showing up what link it's capturing on. So I think I'm gonna close it and then reopen it. Okay, so this is the one. Stop and restart. Okay, so let that run for a little bit and then apply the policy as an export policy to protocol ISIS. Okay, so we're getting traffic, so let's do that. Okay, so you can see we've got level 2s in all the info. So I'm curious to see if there'll be a level 1 or like maybe within the information we'll see something about level 1. One thing we can do is narrow it down by the source. So let's do that. So the system ID is, so this is going to be that one. So the source is going to be this address. Okay, so let's see if we can copy the value here, which is, oh, but we got to copy the value of the source. So copy value. Ah, looks like we can copy it as filter too. Ah, look at that. So it added it to my clipboard as a filter. So let's try that same thing, but with the destination. Ah, look at that. Look at how nice that is. So you can take any part of the packet. I'm actually learning this right now for the first time. So this is definitely something that needs to be more shared, widely shared, because I've used Wireshark a bit and did not know about this. But you can say copy as filter for any part in the packet, and look at that. You get a filter. You can apply it. So let's do a really interesting kind of strange filter and see what packets pop up. So let's copy it based on the priority here. Okay, and then let's filter out for that. So ISIS.hello priority. All right. Yeah, so that is really awesome. I did not know you could do that. Let's do a stop capture and go through and see if there's any hello information, and it's going to be sent. So let's copy as a filter the source address. Oh, nice. And you can do apply as a filter to save yourself some clicks. Okay. All right. So let's do so here we got the hellos, but the actual information is going to be sent in the CNS Piece. So let's filter out for a CNSP. Okay, and then we can also say we don't want. Yeah, this is really cool. So you can do. Yeah, you can do logic and selected or selected and not selected. So you can say, I don't want to see. So you can say, oh, these ARP messages are cluttering everything up. I'm going to apply as a filter anything that's not an ARP. I just want to get rid of those ARPs. And then I can go, oh, well, I don't want anything with a length indicator of 33, so I can apply it as a filter, not that. So I also get ARP, not ARPs, and I also not get this. Yeah, this is a game changer for me. I'll make sure to put in the notes that this is a Wireshark video, so that people can come back and look at this example later. So Wireshark, and I'll say powerful and compelling video where I learned how to filter traffic in Wireshark using built-in dialog prompts instead of having to memorize complicated syntax. Yeah, I mean, I think that describes it. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear, and yeah, if anyone's watching, play around with it yourself. But the easiest way, I'll just do another explanation of it, so I'll clear out all of this, is you can click on any piece of traffic you want and see, oh, we got some ARPs, don't want to see ARPs. So before, I would have memorized the command not to see ARPs. And yeah, I would have had to look it up. I probably would have been on Google looking it up before I knew about this. So this is a great time saver. What you can do is right click on the packet you find interesting. And I find this ARP packet interesting because I don't want to see ARPs. Now you can go apply as filter, and you can say that you either only want to see what traffic similar to what you have selected, or you only want to see traffic that is not what you have selected. So I'm going to choose not selected because I don't want to see those ARPs. Oops, and we can see, I think the reason this isn't working here is because it's not specific enough. I'm not really telling it what I don't want to see. So I think the proper way to do this is you click on this, yeah, and then you've got to make a more specific click, because you know it's anything. It's you can apply as, so I'll do prepare as filter selected, and then it goes up here and it doesn't automatically apply it. But yeah, you can see what would be as selected. So yeah, it's really important to get correct the specific thing that you want filtered. For me, it is all ARPs. So I just click on ARP here. I go apply as filter, not selected, and then I get the filter to remove all ARPs from my capture. Additionally, let's say I want to look at different, so let's say I only want to look at these CNS Piece because I want to see the routing information exchanged. So what I can do is click on the packet, go down here to this window, and just collapse all these, and then see, here it is, complete sequence numbers protocol data unit. So I only want to see these. So now I can do apply as filter and selected. Okay, so now I've got only CNS Piece. I kind of don't need this ARP anymore, but that's the beauty of it, where I would have had to go and rewrite all this syntax and really know a lot about this scripting language. I can just use the built-in tools and not have to learn any of that, and actually be able to accomplish what I needed to do faster and easier than if I had all this syntax mastered and memorized. So yeah, really, really powerful, compelling stuff. Some people watch the Oprah Winfrey show, but if you're watching this, this is more compelling and powerful than anything on Oprah. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to find that exchange of information for those loopbacks. So I don't see anything. I wonder if this is the proper one. I wonder if I need to look at a different one. Okay, so now I can go up here and change. Let's say I want 1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what to look up to find what I'm looking for. So I kind of know what I need. I need the here we go. Well, here's the interface addresses. Yeah, I don't see any differences here. Let's try to filter out just everything. Yeah. And let's just see if those loopback addresses show up. Okay, I'm not sure why this isn't working. I can't really see it too well on that screen. P.ADR equals. Yeah, why isn't that working? Maybe because it's in quotes? Yeah, because it's in quotes. Okay, but we didn't get any matches anyway. I don't know why my screen is so hard to read. Okay. All right. So no matches for any of those addresses. So, I mean, it could be the case that it's just not working. Let's see if that loopback address makes it on router 5 now. Nope, so it didn't make it there. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised. I'm really surprised that they have their configuration on internal routers to level 2 and they don't have it on a router that is connected to both levels. That was absolutely surprising to me. That kind of blew my mind. All right, let's just add the one to router 2 as well. Okay, so we've got them both added on now. The Wireshark capture, yep, I stopped that already. So let's check router 5 again. Nothing. All right, let's check router 3. Maybe I've still got that policy on or something. Okay, so router 3 looks good. Yeah, that seems kind of dumb to me because I don't have a level 1 adjacency. Show ISIS adjacency. So if I'm changing a route, matching this, so it's my loopback address from a level 2 route to a level 1, like I don't have an adjacency to send it over anymore. So I would think that it would be dropped. Let's try let's try enabling trace options on protocol ISIS. Okay, and then we'll commit that and just look that over a little bit. Okay, so monitor start, oops, ISIS. Okay, so we've got a few things going on. Okay, so now let's do a monitor stop. Oh, here's something interesting. All right, let's do a monitor stop. Okay, and now let's go back to edit protocols ISIS. And now let's do a run monitor. Let's do a delete export. And now top run monitor start ISIS. And now commit and quit, or just a commit. Okay, and then we'll do a rollback 1, and we'll do another commit after we get a sense for the information, what it looks like now. And then, yeah, because it should be fine now that it's a level 2 route and being sent over level 2. Like if we go to, so I think it will be eye-opening to look at router 5. Oh, sorry, not router 5, router 3. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be eye-opening because I think what we're going to see when I hit commit on router 1 here is this disappearing from the table because it can no longer be sent because it's now a level 1 route instead of a level 2 route. Let's take a look at it in more detail. Yep, so it's a level 2 route now. We're going to change it to a level 1 route, but we're only going to have a level 2 adjacency. So I don't think we'll be able to send it, and I think it will disappear from the table. Let's see if that is true. I mean, if it doesn't disappear from the table and it stays at a level 2, then we know something is wrong with the policy because it's we did manually change it to a level 1. So unless maybe it gets changed back to a level 2 somehow. Like maybe you can send a level 1 over a level 2 adjacency, but when it gets to the other side, it's changed to a level 2. So I'm expecting it to age out or something like that. Maybe I need to clear or reset something. It's been in the table for quite a long time now, 32 minutes, which is, oh, okay, yeah, because since the reboot or whatever. All right, so yeah, it's still level 2. I don't understand that. Wish I understood that, but I don't understand that. Okay, I think a good next step though, monitor stop. We've got all this information, let's use it. Okay, I'll make it a bit easier to look through by taking it over to Notepad++. Ah, shoot. Oh, I seriously can't do that? Why can't I just hit shift and then keep, God damn it. This is gonna take forever. Yeah, I really need a new, I'm using Terminator for the Windows subsystem for Linux, and I really like it. It's not perfect, but if I'd be using this, oh man, that would be a problem. So there might be a way I can do that for here, but it was kind of difficult to set it up. So with the extra difficulty of GNS and all that, I don't know. Oops, and for some reason I can't right click now. I think I'm gonna need to do that. Oh, okay, there we go. It was just slow. Okay, and I do have the output here. Let's search for the loopback address. Ah, there we go. Ah, so we've got, let's look for the first instance. Okay, it's this one, it's this one. So let's just mark them all. Bookmark the lines. Okay. So this is interesting. Install was done for the level 2 route. Now I made it a level 1 route. So I wonder if this is from my first commit where I changed it back to a level 2 route. Let's compare the timestamps of my commits and see if that is the case. If it will allow me to use the terminal again. It looks like it will not. So I guess I'll try deleting it and then reopening it. There we go. Hopefully I can use it now. Looks like I cannot. Oh no, that's a disaster. Shoot, my cron job's meant to take care of that. I think it's because I grabbed so much from the scrollback buffer. I think the problem is with solar putty or I don't know. I have had it have this bug with other kinds of terminals too though, but I lost it. All right, well, it's 6 minutes to reboot, so I'll be back on my feet at about 12:40. I think that's worth it, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so about 6 minutes, I'll be back on my feet. Don't really need anything. So I guess I'll just kind of sit and wait for 6 minutes. I don't know. Oh, why don't I do this? Because this has been really concerning me. So I don't know, given the current state of affairs in the United States, if the testing center is going to be open. I know that the CCIE testing centers are all closed. So I would have been in a much more dire situation if I were studying for the CCIE. Exploration, that sort of stuff has been postponed by 6 months. But for me, like I had planned to take it on a certain date. So moving that date is going to be a problem. Even moving it backwards is going to be a problem because like this isn't the only certification I wanted to go after. So to have this pushed back means my whole plan of when I was going to be certified and how I can kind of market myself as a professional is now pushed back by 6 months. So it's really not an ideal situation in any case. I mean, obviously, the circumstances kind of call for it, but Juniper and Cisco are handling it way differently, which is kind of interesting. Let's go down here to exam registration for 961 and use this 6 minutes to kind of answer some of the questions and concerns I have had the best way I can, just by doing it, but by looking into it myself. So yeah, let's narrow it down to the Americas, and then Sunnydale, California. Yeah, so the 18th, Sunnydale, California is the only time I can take it. So here's the title. Oops, let's go back to that other one. Here we go. So register. Let's take a look at, so there's still only one person registered for it. Registration deadline is just 2 days before. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Let's see here. So this sucks. And in my previous job, my employer probably, well, if I passed it, it would have covered that. But I'm on my own for that now. But I can probably get this level of value out of being an expert pretty easily. I mean, just being an expert in a field that is pretty lucrative is not a bad thing, at least in my opinion. Okay, well, I don't know what my account information is. It might even be my work account, which I probably don't even have anymore. Okay, so that was not so good. Yeah, I can probably get my account information. I'll work on my other screen that I'm not sharing and try to log into that site, because that's going to be really important. Okay, so it was with my other account. So let's see if I can figure this out. Oops, and it is almost 9:40 or 12:40, meaning that my lab will be back online. Not only that, on Thursdays I have a meeting at 1, so I usually end the lunch video on time. I don't think I've gone over yet, but on Thursdays it's especially important that I do that I end it on time. Okay, here we go. So I think this is it. I clicked register. Here we go. So action required before moving forward. Registration, we need to verify that you hold the appropriate prerequisites. So I need my cert manager candidate ID, which I have. So I'll look that up on my other screen that I'm not sharing. That's probably accidentally be shared. I mean, I can just stop sharing. Okay, so now you just see my face. All right, so I need my cert manager candidate ID, which I have. Okay, so viewing my certification status. So, oops, they were unable to locate my candidate ID. Okay, that's not good. Do I have two candidate IDs? I do. Oh no, those are my registration IDs. I only have one candidate ID. All right, well, I'm sure there's a really good site called Acclaim that keeps track of all your certs for you, and I have that, so I'm sure my ID will be on there. Okay, so let's click on my cert for the JNCIE-SP and click on additional details. Oops. Okay, well, it doesn't have my ID. Oh, it's probably because I'm not. Let's see, review profile. Okay, well, it doesn't have detailed information on here. I mean, I had my ID in my lab, but so I'm able to verify it on a claim, but I'm not able to verify it here. Okay, so I guess I'll click there and say I forgot my cert manager ID. Okay, so they sent me an email with my cert manager ID. I did not receive that email, at least not yet. Here it is. Okay, so here's my cert manager ID. It's different than the one I thought it was. Oh, no, it's not. What the heck? It's the same ID. Well, is it gonna work? Yeah, it's the same ID. Is it gonna work? It worked. Okay, well, I guess maybe I had an extra character or something when I tried to enter it, an extra space, but I do, before you check all access training, you can, god damn, this is, all right, I can share my screen now, screen 2, share, so yeah, here's the shopping cart where I can go and register for this. I'm not quite ready to do it yet, but I just wanted to see if there were any big announcements saying, yeah, so here's a user agreement. I want to look that over if there's anything regarding COVID-19, like if they cancel it because of a lockdown, you can't get refunded or you can't get rescheduled. That would be good to know. So terms of use, here we go, cancellation. So here's it'd probably be a Juniper cancellation. low enrollment, 30 days. So we recommend that you make your travel arrangements not more than 30 days in advance, because if you do that, they might cancel it. So that's good to know. Glad I looked that up. So I'll make a note of that in the video notes. So Juniper recommends from exam registration. Yeah, so that makes sense because they have the right to cancel your exam, but they must give you 30 days notice. So if you make your arrangements within that 30 days, you will be able to take your exam. If you make it outside of that 30 days, they can cancel it, and you might have trouble canceling your travel arrangements. Okay, you will be reimbursed 100% of your exam enrollment fee. Ooh, in the form of a lab voucher with a 12-month validity period. Ouch. Okay, well, whatever. Just take it at a different time then. And then, of course, they're not responsible for travel expenses, which is going to be a ton. Yeah, airline, hotel, rental car, they know exactly what you need. So, and they know that they're not paying for that if something happens. Oh man, this is crazy. We shall assume no liability whatsoever in the event that a lab exam is canceled, rescheduled, or postponed due to a fortuitous event, act of God, which both all of these, yeah. So this is COVID-19. This is probably COVID-19. So unseen occurrence, or yep, it's definitely they can. Yeah, there's no liability whatever for COVID-19 stuff. They can probably even just straight up cancel it within that 30-day period because of that. So yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of risk. But it is, you know, a legitimate endorsement from a major vendor that I am an expert in this stuff. So if I can get that, it's worth it. If I can't get that, that would suck. So that's, I think, good enough reason to continue on with the materials on the exam, studying for them instead of just looking into what it's going to be like to register. I'm glad I did that though, especially since I had those 6 minutes, because I did learn some pretty valuable things. Don't book your travel arrangements more than 30 days in advance. And there's no COVID-19 special announcement, so it seems like it's going to happen pretty much no matter if there's a local shutdown, something, if there's non-essential travel, something like that. It might be classified as essential somehow. I know that there really haven't been very many difficulties in getting things classified as essential. GameStop was classified as essential, so I don't think I'll have any issues taking this test. But let's go. Well, I definitely will have issues passing it though. So let's try to continue with the content of the exam. Okay, so yep, where I was left off, I was kind of on a roll, and I kind of lost my train of thought because it had to reboot, but I don't think it was that complicated what I was doing. I was just, yep, I just enabled this that says if it's from level 2 and it matches this route and its protocol ISIS, send it to ISIS but as level 1, and then it's going to leak out these links. But the problem with that is if I do a show ISIS adjacency, I've only got level 2 adjacencies. So how is it going to propagate the level 1 if I've only got a level 2 adjacency? You can see I very clearly am using the proper configuration. It is intended for there to only be a level 2 adjacency. So I don't know how a level 1 route is going to propagate out a level 2 adjacency. Oh, one thing I do find interesting, however, is that I am learning the route from router 2, but I'm learning it as a level 2 route, even though I did configure that policy on router 2 as well. Yeah, so it is configured, it's applied, so I don't understand why this is showing up as a level 2 route. So I really don't get it. I'm gonna read this step by step maybe. So configure the network interfaces, enable ISIS on the interfaces by including the ISO address family on each interface. Configure 2 loopback interface addresses. One address is for IPv4, and the other address is to enable the router to form adjacencies with outer routers in the area. Specify the ISIS level on a per interface basis. Configure a route leaking policy on the routers configured in the level 2 area to leak routes into the level 1 area, but we can see that obviously did not work. We don't have those routes leaked into the level 1 area. Yep, all we've got are the loopbacks that are already in the level 1 area. We don't have them from the level 2 area. And I really don't understand. Okay, so this is interesting. We can see here, this is all for, okay, so this is for router 3, and then it says similarly configure device 4. So I think, I was wondering, maybe they got their own numbering confused, but no, it's pretty clear 3 and 4, and it matches up here. So they want you to configure a route on a level 2 router to be level 1, but somehow they expect that level 1 to be exported through a level 2 adjacency. So I do not know. I do not understand what is going on. So this is 2.2. Yep. So these are all these level 1 adjacencies are level 1. So it's not like you're having a level 1 and a level 2 adjacency. You're just having a level 2 adjacency, but this lab is expecting to have a level 1 route sent through that. Let's do the verification steps. To verify that route leaking is taking place, use the following commands. Show ISIS adjacency to verify that the ISIS network is up and adjacencies have been established. Show ISIS database detail to verify the presence of leaked routes. From operational mode on router 3, which is router 1 in my topology, run the show ISIS adjacency command. Oops, and as I said, I really gotta end this video on time, so this might need to go into the next video. So the next video will be verification steps. So let's create the title for that, so I don't get lost, so I can maintain a strong train of thought here, and then verification steps, and then if there's an extra minute or two, I'll keep going where I was going just now. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so we did show us ISIS adjacency on router 1. So yep, that looks good. Now so the output verifies that the interfaces on device R3 are up and have established adjacencies with the connecting interfaces on routers R4 and R5. If you don't see the interfaces being functional, see the results section for troubleshooting your configuration. From operational mode on device R3, which is going to be R1 again, run the show ISIS database detail command. So let's do that, and that'll be the last command because I need to end this on time. Okay, and let's see what we need to verify. The down keyword identifies the routes that have successfully leaked from the level 2 area to the level 1 area. So let's see if we got the down keyword. We do. We've got the down keyword. So we successfully leaked them, but I don't understand what what that means. So let's try to figure that out in the next video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.